You watch. You wait. You tell yourself that being a neutral observer makes you a better person. You stay out of the conflict to keep your hands clean. Pause. You hope that a gentle, non-committal smile will keep you on everyone's good side, but the truth is much colder and far less comfortable. Every single time you stand there listening to someone get torn apart, you are making a choice. Whether you stay silent, give a polite nod, or simply refuse to walk away, you are giving a green light. You are telling the world, I am a septic tank for everyone else's waste. You are signaling that your dignity is negotiable as long as it avoids a moment of awkwardness. And once that becomes your brand, the drama seekers will never stop knocking. Not because they admire your patience, but because they've confirmed you lack the spine to say no. You see, in the end, it's not about being nice. It's about being real. Although, perhaps you should judge that for yourself. Shutting down a rumor doesn't have to be a confrontation. You don't need to deliver a sermon. You don't have to act holier than thou. If you handle it correctly, you don't just end the noise, you gain massive respect. I spent the last week digging into the mechanics of human dynamics. I wanted to solve one specific, nagging problem: what actually works? How do you kill the gossip without becoming a social buzzkill or ruining the mood? In this video, we are going to uncover 3 things. Why your brain finds a secret almost impossible to resist. 4 methods to shut it down without breaking a sweat. And finally, 2 advanced techniques for when you are truly done with toxic energy. Period. By the end of this, you won't see a rumor as a social trap. You'll see it as a hidden opportunity to earn silent respect. Let's start with the basics. Why do we do it? Why do we feel this primal need to talk about others? The psychologist Robin Dunbar suggested that gossip wasn't born out of spite. It evolved to bind us. Pause. Thousands of years ago, trading stories was how we knew who to trust. It was the original social mortar that held the tribe together. But here is the irony. The very thing that once unified us is now what tears us apart. In the modern world, gossip doesn't build trust. It breeds anxiety. It builds walls, fuels paranoia, and slowly rots your professional standing. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, put it perfectly: if it is not right, do not do it; if it is not true, do not say it. Simple. Powerful. And yet, we ignore that rule every single hour of every single day. There is a psychological term you need to master: triangulation. This happens when someone tries to pull you onto a sinking raft built from other people's secrets. It feels flattering, doesn't it? For a second, you feel like you're in the inner circle. But remember this: if they are talking to you about others, they are absolutely talking to others about you. That is why I value Mel Robbins' personal standard. She says, I don't discuss people who aren't in the room. You don't even have to announce it. Just live it. It changes your entire perspective. You stop seeing gossip as harmless banter and you start seeing it as a game you never signed up to play. This is where most people fail. They hear a rumor, they feel that knot of discomfort, and they try to shut it down head on. Pause. Instantly, they're labeled. They're too intense. They're no fun. Or worse, they become the next target. In psychology, we call this the backfire effect. When people feel judged, they don't change. They dig their heels in. Most people who gossip don't think they're toxic. They think they're just venting or telling it like it is. So, when you attack them, you don't enlighten them. You just look rigid. True social wisdom isn't about fighting the drama. It's about refusing to walk onto a floor that someone has just covered in flypaper. You can't control their mouth. You can only master your reaction. And psychology gives us a few remarkably smooth ways to win without a fight. Strategy number 1, the positive pivot. Imagine a colleague starts trashing Mike from sales. Most people freeze or give a nervous laugh. But what if you said, really? That's interesting. I've actually had a totally different experience. He was incredibly helpful on that last project. Gossip dead. No fight. No awkwardness. Here is why it works. Gossip is a wildfire that can only cross the road if you provide a bridge of agreement. It relies on social bonding. People whisper to feel connected. By remaining calm and positive, you starve the flame. You create cognitive dissonance, that slight mental itch when someone's kindness clashes with their own negativity. Marcus Aurelius said it best: the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. When you respond with quiet dignity, you don't just stop the gossip, you raise the bar for the entire room. Strategy number 2, the neutral buffer. Sometimes, being nice isn't enough. The gossiper pushes back. They say, well, maybe he's nice to you, but you didn't see how he messed up last Tuesday. Stay neutral. Use the buffer. Could be. Everyone sees things differently. Or maybe he was just having a rough morning. Stress can make anyone act a bit off. That's it. No defense. No counterattack. Just steady neutrality. Psychologists call this emotional reframing. You are snipping the wires before the spark of drama can set the house on fire. You move from us versus him to maybe there's more to the story. In Stoic philosophy, this is sympathia, the idea that we are all connected. That mindset protects your peace, and more importantly, it protects your reputation. Strategy number 3, the tactical redirect. Now that you've neutralized the emotion, you change the channel. Keep it effortless. Anyway, did you see the new office layout? It looks pretty ambitious. Or, by the way, how is your team handling the new update? Hand the microphone back to them. Steer the talk toward facts. Think of it as switching the tracks on a runaway train. You don't stand in its way, you just make sure it bypasses your station entirely. Strategy number 4, the humor break. Sometimes, a light touch is the best tool. When the drama gets heated, drop something playful. Wow, we're starting to sound like a Netflix original series. I can't keep up with all these plot twists. People will laugh. The tension breaks. But don't stop there. As the laughter fades, pivot away. Anyway, speaking of Netflix, has anyone seen that new documentary? Man, I need a coffee after all this intensity. Refill, anyone? Smooth. Balanced. Non-confrontational. This is relief theory. Humor vents the pressure and resets the mood. It's like throwing open a window in a room that's become suffocating with the smell of stale air. Even Seneca noted centuries ago, it is more fitting to laugh at life than to lament it. When you use humor, you aren't avoiding the issue. You are mastering it. Now, let's be honest. Sometimes the person talking isn't just bored. They are a drain on your soul. You don't care about being smooth anymore. You just want out. Technique number 1, the gray rock. Become the most boring person in the world. Give one-word answers. Show zero facial expression. Oh. Interesting. Didn't hear that. I see. When a rumor gets no reaction, it withers. No fuel. No fire. Technique number 2, the gentle boundary. If you want to be direct, be direct. Hey, I'm really trying to keep a positive headspace today. I'd rather not talk about people who aren't here. Can we talk about something else? Keep your voice steady. Keep it polite. And if things get a bit awkward, good. They should. That is how social norms are corrected. Sometimes, a little bit of awkwardness is the only way people learn where the line is. And remember, anyone who gossips with you will eventually gossip about you. Guard your energy. Protect your name. Here is the ultimate truth. Gossip isn't actually about the person being discussed. It is about you. Pause. It is a test of your discipline, your empathy, and your self-respect. You cannot stop rumors from existing in the world, but you can make them irrelevant to your life. When you choose to step away from the noise, you aren't just protecting your vibe. You are building your character. In a society where everyone is talking, the person who listens with intent, speaks with kindness, and refuses to be swept away by the mudslide of small talk is the only one standing on solid ground. Actually, when the noise finally stops, that is the only person who truly earns everyone's respect. But you should probably start practicing that now. So tell me, which of these moves are you going to use the next time the drama starts?